Hello everybody. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Latvijas Gāzes and I'm representing McCann Consulting. We will present our case of our client, Latvijas Gāzes association. I'm very proud that our case is here in this very challenging and very tough category in public relations. And a year ago, our client and all Autogas industry faced a challenge during the budgeting process in very quick time to respond to different kind of things that the Ministry of Economics wanted to change in the excise tax. So we had quite challenging project for a short time period, only 2 months. We had a lot of job, so please see the video.
During the post-crisis period in Latvia, more and more companies and households were looking for more efficient solutions to cut costs and made considerable investment converting vehicles to gas from liquid fuels. The total amount of investment reached 14 million euro. The number of autogas users increased by 68%. The autogas sector was in its initial development stage. Despite that, during the process of drafting the budget for 2014, the Ministry of Economics proposed to increase the excise tax on autogas by 25% and gradually bring it up to the level of the excise tax on diesel fuel. That could increase the price of autogas by 260%. Thus, the Latvian Gas Association launched a campaign against the proposal. The following courses of action were chosen. Collect at least 10,000 signatures of citizens and submit them to the Parliament in order to influence the decisions by policymakers. Position LGA and its chairman as opinion leaders in the field, widely and proactively communicate the main message of the campaign. Autogas is the most cost-efficient and environment-friendly type of fuel. Directly inform decision makers about arguments against increasing the excise tax on autogas. A press conference by the LGA and other key supportive stakeholders was held at an autogas refueling station in order to draw attention to the effect of the rise in excise tax on businesses and on people. Data about the development of the sector and its role in the fuel market were presented. The signature collection campaign was launched. It was possible to sign the petition against the tax changes at autogas refueling stations. The chairman of the LGA met with political party representatives in the Parliament in order to convince the members of Parliament to vote against the increase in the excise tax on autogas. At the same time, a proactive media relations campaign was implemented against the excise tax at the time the government was drafting the 2014 budget. In 2 weeks, more than 12,000 signatures were collected and submitted to the Parliament. The parliamentary parties Harmony Centre, National Alliance, and Greens and Farmers Union stood against the proposal. There were more than 135 media publications quoting the LGA and triggering a discussion of the impact of raising the excise tax. The LGA and its chairman became the opinion leaders in the field. The main goal was achieved. The excise tax on autogas was not raised to the level of the excise tax on diesel fuel.
Thank you. We can have some questions maybe.
Yes. Well, you had very good project in the terms of public attention. I was working for media for many years. I know that this topic will always catch media attention. So maybe you could tell us more about some backstage things. How did you do all this planning of this lobbying? Because you had very, very short time. How many people were responsible for this? How did you find the best stakeholders and the best angles for this planning process?
During the campaign, do I need the microphone? Yes. Yes. Okay. Something easy. During the planning process, we had to investigate who are the key stakeholders, and as we know that the budget will be on voting in the Parliament, so we decided to work with Parliament basically. We had direct meetings with all the fractions in the Parliament. 3 of the parties were supporting. They gave also public statements in our sites about that Autogas is very industry that needs government support, even not only not to increase the tax, but even maybe they need some more support from government side. So we focused on public relations more and the stakeholders for example, this key messages was also about environment. We attracted some experts in this area from Riga municipality that have already some kind of cases of how it's influenced the city of Riga. One of the key statements was that if everybody would use Autogas, then pollution in Riga city would decrease by 90%, and it was proven by some studies previously before. That's why we had already a lot of information that we could use in our supporting our statements. Yes.
I saw that it was during the heat wave. Your campaign was exactly when it was very, very hot in Latvia. So did climate somehow influence possibility to reach those stakeholders, or maybe somebody was
it was during the September. All the campaign was took the timing because the Ministry of Economics published their statement that they want to increase this tax in the end of the August, so we had time to prepare, and during the September, while the government were looking through the all things, we launched the campaign during September. It was it wasn't very hard to reach the audience.
So planning stage was anyway in summer, but wasn't it difficult?
No, it was in August. It was quite. Actually, we had 1 week to prepare the campaign, and during 1 week we did all the strategy thing. And already on Friday, when we received the our task on Monday, on Friday already we had the press conference, and we had all the information put together and put our strategy together to do things. And after all, we were just working very hardly a lot to do all the things that we have planned.
What was the budget of this?
The budget of this campaign only the client fee, and that's all. We didn't use any, and also we had to launch the website. And
More than 15,000 or less than 15,000?
No, it's less. It's less. There was only technical costs actually, and technical cost it was until some 2,000 lats at that time, some €3.50 I think, because we had to make some visual materials to give to our stakeholders to prepare, to printing and so on. There was not a lot of anything of costs and so on. Yeah.
You said 1 week. So what would be normal time for planning?
For that, for more than 1 week, I believe, because I would tell we have to prepare for it, to research a lot, and I would tell some 3 weeks at minimum. Yeah. Yes.
Did you have any opposing parties to your arguments, except from the officials who wanted to increase the tax?
Of course, we had opposing parties. We had those who were in government, because they had to put through the budget and they had to find the money for the things for the budget. So that's why they didn't support our statements about.
I mean, from the business side or
business side?
Like any other opposing parties?
No.
But what were the contributions from the government side? What did the government do to say that we have to do this anyway? Did they do anything?
Government position was that we need money for budget, and so we need to revise this sector because it wasn't revised for a while. for a couple of years, but still for business 2 years it's not such a long period because they're planning in advance, and they wanted to implement this in a 3-year budget period time, and it would be quite a big influence, as you see, 260%. It means that a person who is buying Autogas was paying 70 cents per liter, and if they will increase, it would be €1 per liter.
Thank you.